Hey, what's going on YouTube? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today's video, I'm doing a Ravencoin price analysis. We're going to take a look at the overall market in general, take a look at Bitcoin, and we're going to go over something I found very interesting on the Ravencoin network. And it's this site here, Vinsent.wine. And what this is a website and an actual app. You can use the app on your phone. That is run off the Ravencoin network, off the Ravencoin blockchain, so that you can buy wine directly from the wineries, from the vineyards, and have it be blockchain certified authentic. Because apparently there's a huge problem with counterfeit wine, and people pay hundreds of dollars a bottle for wine, and they end up getting counterfeits. And I did not know this. I'm just now getting an understanding of some of the larger market cap areas that Ravencoin can really help with. And you see this here, that the wine industry is a $364 billion industry, and that's just wines. All these different things that Ravencoin can do, while it has a very pinpoint use case for pretty much tokenizing the world, it is a tokenization method, it's a peer-to-peer transfer of goods, very kind of laser focused on what it does. It can do that for almost everything that you would trade, buy, sell, anything along those lines can be tokenized. And this is just a great example of that. So I want to kind of highlight this. Check it out. I'll leave the description, or I'll leave the link in the description of the video. But it's Vinsent.wine, and it is run off the Ravencoin blockchain, and they accept Ravencoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum for purchasing wine. So got some pretty cool stuff here. You guys should check it out. With that being said, now we're going to hop into the charts, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin first. By the time this video is out, Bitcoin will hopefully be out of this pattern. So in this daily pattern, you see here, we talked about this this falling, broadening wedge. You see we had a really good oscillation down to the bottom, up to the top, down near the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom. We hit the top, we hit the top, we hit the top. This pattern here that I have highlighted, this is a build-up pattern. This is showing us that the selling pressure is not strong enough to send Bitcoin back down to the major support zone, and it's building up right underneath the resistance, and it should pop this resistance very soon. I do not see this lasting the weekend before Bitcoin has a major pop and you see 62 to 64,000. I think once this runs up, it comes out with such force because it's been building up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And this day candle may break it, very well could. I think the longest term would be Saturday's candle would break through here. And I think it breaks all the way up and doesn't stop until at least 62,000, and might trade in the range of 62 to 64 for a couple of days before, by Monday, breaking towards an all-time high. And then that's when all the Bitcoin talk will start coming back of 100K Bitcoin by New Year. But I think this pattern right here, this buildup just underneath the resistance, is huge. It is still a sign of strength. With that being said, guys, the market is strong. There's some alts are moving without Bitcoin. Some have had some dumps, but ADA made a huge move today, or yesterday at this point. But we're gonna hop into Ravencoin now, because Ravencoin is why we're here. Ravencoin has been extremely frustrating for me, extremely frustrating. But we've got 2 points to take a look at. And the first one is, we look all the way back to the valley of the sell-off from May and June, and we hit our major support when we got down to 4 cents. That is now the start of our trend line support. 4 cents, bought right back up very quickly, touched it again, and then we had that parabolic rise from 5 cents up to just under, or right around 18 cents. And for the first time since then, we have touched that trend line support. Touched the support, and this was on November 26th. So was that Black Friday? Yeah, Black Friday. We touched that major trend line support, and we've been trading pretty much right on it. If we go below this, trend line area and sell down and try to break back up, and we get rejected off of it, it is a horribly bad sign. It is a bearish sign for Ravencoin. I don't foresee that happening. The worst case scenario is that we just trade up against it and we just come up on a continuously slow creeping crawl to the upward direction. That would be the worst case scenario. I don't see that happening. What I think is most likely is that when Bitcoin breaks its resistance, Ravencoin follows, and Ravencoin gets a nice blowout candle here, and then tests this longer term symmetrical triangle. We test this, eventually break this as well. My concern here, my biggest concern with Ravencoin right now, and it's something I've been looking at and seeing, is that we've been like in one consolidation and we'll just break it and then we'll consolidate right off of it again, and break down and consolidate and break up and consolidate. So it's not been moving much at all. So you've got this same price, August 21st, the 11 cents that ran through here, and it peaked on August, or I'm sorry, not August 21st, peaked on August 7th around 11 cents, and then it was trading at 11 cents in September, and again in October, and again in November over here, trading around 11 cents. Like, it hasn't been able to move much. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, but it keeps coming back to a center line around here, around this 11 cent range. And what I've been seeing is, look at all these candles with nothing but wicks. You know, they are dojis. They almost no body to them at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One sell candle, then 7, 8, 2 more dojis. And then here, I mean, we're just constantly buy up, sell down. I think that this gets alleviated. This constant up and down in the same days gets alleviated once the halving happens, and there is literally just less incoming supply to build the selling pressure. One of two things has to happen. Either the halving happens and we get less sell pressure from miners because the supply gets cut in half, or the incoming supply from the block reward gets cut in half, or we have to have a major influx and a major increase in the amount of NFTs and assets being created to burn more Ravencoin to create more demand. So either way, one of those two things is going to happen. One is definitely going to happen. The supply is going to get cut. The halving is going to happen January 4th, regardless. But if we get that, plus more demand from NFTs and more asset creation, that could spell really good price action for Ravencoin in the very near future. So I would not be surprised if this sideways pattern holds very sideways and just kind of runs the support line until you see here, January 4th, you see the halving happening, or the halvening happen, and then suddenly the buyers take over because the reward gets cut in half, the miners aren't selling as much, and then the buy pressure overpowers and we get really good price action. So that is my most hopeful scenario right now, is that the halving happens and we get really good buying pressure. Otherwise, I think we're sideways still, unless there is just a major market break. It seems like Ravencoin does one of two things. It goes parabolic or it goes totally sideways. There is no in between. There is no happy medium. So it's ride the bucking bronco or sit in the mud and just keep watching the same sideways price action. So that being said, guys, that's the video. I don't unfortunately have a whole lot to go over, because there hasn't been a whole lot of movement. This same draw has been here since the last video and probably the video before that. It is what it is with Ravencoin price action. You guys know it. You're in it as well. Hopefully it changes, but I think if nothing more, January 4th, we start getting really good price action. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you liked it, hit the subscribe button, or subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, all that good stuff. And as always, until next time, peace.